is this Lindor box of chocolates. And your card is door, and it says opportunities are waiting for you. Nice start to your reading, group 1. Let's see. Beneath the deck, you get the Three of Pentacles. So, what I'm getting is, with the Three of Pentacles in reverse, it's like you are not in the mood for collaboration for some reason. Group 1. Let's see what's going on here for you. At the center, you get 2 fire signs. Oh, well, let's start with the, yeah. Oh, lots of fire here. So there's a fire sign in your past, or something in your past. Something in your past was quite rocky. Could have been full of passion, but in a kind of a negative way. There. Wow. You get, like, what I'm thinking is there were 2 people. This could be love. You do get the lovers there in the reverse. You get the Three of Cups. A partnership, but almost like it was a partnership of, yeah, we use this term toxic a lot, but it was passionate, but, you know, the devil in reverse, it was passionate, but maybe almost for the wrong reasons. It was clashing. It clashed. It's a partnership where the energy was just wrong, it seems like. But at the center, you have the Prince of Torches and the Princess of Torches. So suggesting again either this relationship having a new start. Maybe that's what it is. Because you get the Prince of Torches influenced by the Princess of Torches. Like a new beginning. These are youthful energies. And by that I mean like new beginning. Like, it's like this was maybe worn out, but also there was some kind of, let's see, well, I'm going to check my assumptions when I get the clarifying cards. But here you get the Prince of Wands with the, so this is the Knight of Wands with the Page of Wands. So such new beginning energy. With the Knight of Wands, the only thing that I would caution about is being unsure, like having a wishy-washy energy. But it looks like you are passionate about something. You want to have a new beginning with someone. And this person has quite a naive energy. Not naive, but open-hearted energy, like they're going into this with their with an open heart, like an innocence, an innocent attitude, an attitude of, you know, just openness, which is so beautiful. You get the Page of Cups here. So I think what you are needing to think about is what didn't work in the past. So I'm seeing an old relationship that might be the new relationship. For some of you, there's an old relationship and it's being replaced by another one. So if you get what I mean, for some of you, it's the same one being renewed. But with the Three of Cups in reverse, it's like, what didn't work? It's important for you to think about what didn't work in the past, whether it's a new relationship or an old one, what did not work, because it's kind of like you don't want to repeat those same mistakes. So I feel there's a letting go energy here. There's something being let go. You get Judgment in reverse. So, you know, I'm so inclined to feel this is something from the past. It's an old relationship. It was passionate, but I'm going to use the word toxic. At the time, it didn't work. You know, it could be any number of reasons. People were focused on their work, people were jaded, whatever. People weren't mature enough to handle the relationship. It can be anything like that. But this, I'm using the term mature, and this is more youthful energy. But what I feel about this energy, it's almost like new beginning energy, even if it's a relationship from the past. It's looking at it with fresh eyes. But there's a need, especially with the judgment here as well, this need to look at what didn't work so that you learn from the lessons from the past. With judgment, I feel that's the one thing judgment's saying. It's in your representing you. So this is definitely something that's not over for you. You get the Ace of Wands around you. So this is, the Ace of Wands is reversed here. I think that this is referring to this old thing. It's almost, I feel like there's a chance for a do-over, but it really is up to you and this other person. You've got two aces in reverse, which can suggest that this thing is not over, that it is something from the past. So Ace of Wands in reverse, like, I'm thinking that this is kind of positive, like something toxic from the past has left. The Ace of Cups in the near future, it's in the reverse as well. What I feel is that both parties are learning about themselves, bringing self-love into the equation. But it's a work in progress, especially with the Three of Cups there as well, You get the Chariot in the advice. I'll come back to the advice when I get the clarifiers. The Lovers in the near future, and that's in the reverse. So maybe it's not plain sailing with this relationship. Maybe it's not plain sailing yet. And it might have something to do with this not wanting to cooperate. Maybe you're not wanting to believe in this thing. I don't know. It's curious. Okay. Beneath the deck you get the Hermit. So there's definitely this feeling that you have that you need to withdraw. So I'm going to say to you, Group 1, trust that. Maybe it's not time yet. Maybe you are needing to do this inward work first before you can move forward. But let's see what the clarifiers give us. You get the Nine of Swords. So there was something in the past. This Queen of Wands person, I think. There was a lot of mental anguish associated with this. You right now feeling quite positive, constructive. You want to make moves forward. I think you might be worried about realness, if this is real or not, and maybe that's why there's this hesitation. But if that is the case, Group 1, I would say just be honest. Just keep talking your heart. Just keep saying, okay, I'm not ready yet, but I want to keep communication lines forward. This is how I'm feeling. I'm torn. I don't know. Whatever. Just keep talking. This came up in another reading. I can't remember, one of the zodiacs said, we're not responsible for other people's hurt feelings or their hurts. We shouldn't take responsibility into a relationship. We are responsible for being honest and constantly being honest and being fair and kind, and when we feel like, and honesty includes being able to move out of that if we feel like we're not being ourselves anymore, or if it's not being true to ourselves, something like that. I think that's the attitude you need to have. So with the Princess of Torches, you get the Three of Cups. Again, there's this needing to look at what mistakes were made in the past. What was it about this Princess of Torches, this Page of Wands, this new beginning energy, this message of love that was not a celebration, that didn't work out, that was maybe toxic or was not love, and it could be this relationship or one from the past, or any or many, everything, what did not work in the past. It's not like, this one, focus only on this one. With the Three of Cups, you get the Chariot. Look at this. This is a two-minded charioteer, a bike rider who's being two-minded. And I think it's because you need to do this like stock take of you in relationships, of you in relation to this person, of what worked and what didn't work, of where the water spilled, where did everything go wrong in the past, here and in other relationships. And I think it's about you, group one, taking ownership of, because you can only change yourself, right? And you can talk to another about what you didn't like. So it's about you taking ownership of both aspects. With the King of Wands, you get the Lovers. Wow, look at that. I mean, so you got the Lovers in reverse in the outcome, but you get the Lovers beneath the surface. Indicates love. Indicates that it's coming up. It's something that you might be tamping down, is the feeling I'm getting, but it's there. There's this soulmate kind of love beneath the surface for you. It just sounds beautiful. With Judgment, you get the Moon, and I feel like you group one need to be brave now. You need to own your shit, is what I'm getting. It's like, take stock. Look at where your fears, the Moon is about fears. Look at your issues. Take ownership. And also look at the relationship honestly. And your previous relationships, or this one in the past, honestly. You get with the Ace of Wands, you get the Five of Coins clarifying. So I keep, with the zodiacs, I got the Five of Coins kept coming up, and this issue of worthiness keeps coming up for me. And I think I'm going to do just a quick reading about worthiness. I think that's a powerful message. I will see what comes up. But here you are feeling like maybe you want to remain on the outside, maybe because you still need to do this work. But there's something about, it could also be you, group one, putting up a barrier and keeping someone out. Keeping someone out, So you need to think about that. Is that about your feelings of self-worth? Or are you feeling they are not worthy? Although the rest of the cards don't suggest that. They suggest something really interesting going on here. Wow. And then with the Ace of Cups, you get the Knight of Cups. An offer of love. And this thing about opportunities coming to you. This is such an offer of love. And I think that the Ace of Cups in reverse is asking you if you will be ready. And I think that you are kind of needing to prepare yourself, opening yourself up by doing this introspection and this work, self-work. With the Lovers, you get the Hanged Man. Wow. And this is, to me, saying maybe this work is leading you to think about what your blocks are to love. What are the restrictions you place on yourself with regard to love? And I think that by the end of the next 2 weeks, which is this readings for the next 2 weeks, perhaps you will have some enlightenment on this. But be willing. That's very much your reading. Group one is being willing to look at something with a fresh perspective, but also to look within. Look within. I think that the Hanged Man is, well, this is in your outcome. And I think it's suggesting that you will have a different take because you're doing this work. So, wow, you get the card of Leo and the card of Cancer. So it could be a Leo and a Cancer here. Maybe a fire sign and fire and water. What other signs show up? Cancer again, Gemini, Leo, Cancer, Pisces. Those are and Virgo. But I think that the predominant energy is this fiery and like passion, and this heart-based energy. I think that if you're going into a venture, love venture, what more, those are the two elements that you would want most of. But as advice, this is firstly, I think, having the courage to look at your own beasts, group 1, and having the knowing, the absolute knowing that you have the ability to take this forward in whatever direction you want to take it in the future. Right, so I'm going to just say one thing, because sometimes the words come out of my mouth, then I have to think about them. I think that's the nature of this. You might have a situation where there's a past love. That's very clear to me. Maybe you are undecided about it. Maybe you want this just to be a friendship, and that's okay. And that's where this thing of being undecided comes. But you also can take it forward in whichever direction you want, knowing that you can bring balance to this relationship. And I think it's about the requirement is that you do that work on yourself, do this thinking, do this reflection, so that you can walk forward with confidence that you can take this relationship forward in whichever way comes out for you, is revealed for you, Okay, group 1, I will leave it there. I hope this helps you, and I will chat with you again soon. Bye. Welcome back, group 2. I don't know what's going on with your reading, but this is like the umpteenth time I'm reading. You chose this lovely cutie pie thing, 6-pack of yogurt, and your card says a mule, it's mule, and someone is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. So I wonder if that's you or someone around you. I suspect it's someone around you, group 2, based on your previous readings. Nine of Swords beneath the deck. A big change happening. I think you are letting go of a lot of worry. You have the 10 of Swords here as well in your near past, so definitely big change, letting go. So something's been a burden, but it's kind of, you are releasing that now, I think. You have the Wheel of Fortune, so something's changing significantly. So this thing in the near past, it's really had you caught up in your head. It's been mentally exhausting and frenetic, and maybe you're still dealing with it, because I see the 7 of Swords here. I see, the 9 of Swords in reverse. Although that's in reverse, that's good. It's a good sign. It's to me, it's saying that you're starting to feel some relief, but it doesn't look like an easy thing. But something is coming to an end, a new cycle is about to begin. And it might be, it looks to me, it's around partnerships of some sort. For you, it might be a relationship that's ended or ending. What you need to think about is, I think you are needing to focus on the lessons you've learned from this relationship, so that the next steps you take can be based on, like not having to learn the same things again. It could even be that something's changing in a relationship, that's for sure. With the Four of Pentacles, I think that this is showing fear. It could be that you're afraid because you are concerned with your financial security as well. The Seven of Swords in the reverse. There's something I think you need to think about with regard to sharing and maybe this thing that's happening is requiring a sharing of the spoils. That sounds so bad, but if for example it's a divorce, there might be something to do with having to separate, share assets, kind of thing. I don't know. I'll see when we get the clarifiers. It's a bit like I was saying, I read for you 3 times before, and so by the 3rd time there were so many different messages, so I've decided to do it a 4th time, after having done group 3, so I came back to it, so that it's more measured. Around you is 5 of coins, and this just keeps coming up, and I'm definitely going to do something about this feeling of worthiness. I'm going to do a quick reading for the collective. 5 of coins. Feeling like things are out of reach for you, my dear souls. You are convincing yourself that you can't, almost like you can't possibly have those coins, and I think you need to work on that. But let's see. The Prince of Cups in the near future. Maybe, look, I don't think you are going through an easy thing, so it's understandable that you will feel emotionally depleted. It could even be that someone comes in with an offer that you reject. And I think that's completely within your rights, because it looks like your rights have maybe been violated. In the near future, there's this offer again, and I see you rejecting it. Maybe a financial offer comes in, but it's not, you don't think it's fair. Let's see what the other cards say. The Chariot in reverse. You are feeling stuck, and that's okay. It could be that you're dealing with energy that's difficult to move, to shift, and it could be another's or the situation. So just acknowledge that you're feeling stuck because it's a difficult situation, or that it is the way it is, In the near past, with the 10 of Swords, you get the 9 of Wands. So something really did feel burdensome to you, made you feel defensive. This thing has felt that way. And now with the Wheel of Fortune, you get the 9 of the Hermit. The Hermit is about withdrawal. I feel this is saying that something is moving forward now. It's a time for action. As you are ready, but I think that you'll find that things are moving forward now. There's the Page of Wands, like a message of love coming in from someone, but there's this feeling of a little bit too late. It's kind of like maybe you've had enough. Yeah. What you need to think about is the Sun, which looks very much like the Three of Cups here, right? In reverse. This to me, with both these cups in the reverses, the Three of Cups talks about stepping out, maybe third-party situations, and third parties can be two partners in a business or three people in a business, and two of them are conspiring. But it could also be in a relationship where a partner's being dishonest. And with the Sun in reverse, these two cards are saying the same thing for me. And I think with the Three of Cups there, you are being asked, and the Sun asked, to illuminate, to take a strong look at what has worked and what hasn't worked in this relationship. It's like a bit of a stock take. With the Four of Coins, you get the Eight of Cups, and I think that this is the crux of the matter. Is like you want to move on, but there's you are holding on because you don't believe in your ability to ground yourself, to be stable somewhere else. So if it's work, it's the same thing. You're holding on to a job even though it's not emotionally satisfying. And I'm not here to advocate either way. I'm not in your situation. It's entirely up to you. I'm reading what I see, and to me it's suggesting that you're staying stuck in something because you're afraid, and that's understandable, right? But in order for us to move it, we have to own it. Like confront that is the reality, because you could be convincing yourself that something else is why the reason you're staying. You know what I mean? Like that. You get the Five of Wands, the Seven of Swords, and look at this. It's like toil. How does it go? Oh gosh. Toil and bubble, trouble, lubble. It's like plotting here. This is being pulled in different directions, and the Seven of Swords, just be very careful of this. I think for you, I'll get a clarifier for this, but I think your game, and did I speak about the Chariot? Yes, I did. But your try not to get caught up in the games, or in the pulling and pushing, or whatever the case might be, that you are, maybe someone else is behaving dishonestly. You don't have to do that, because that can backfire, but it doesn't mean you don't stand up for yourself. And around you get with the Five of Pentacles, you get the Magician. You really, group 2, are needing to think about where you have given your power away. It's like you are abdicating your not responsibility, but you've given over your power, and you've convinced yourself that you don't have what it takes, one, and that you there's no way you can get these coins, like you are not worthy of that. And there, in the near future, you get the Five of Coins again, and maybe you just let me give it some thought. Maybe this is you changing with the Wheel of Fortune, realizing that I am worthy, and therefore I'm not accepting this offer. I'm worthy of more than that. That's so amazing. I'll come back to the advice. You get the Prince of Coins in the reverse. It's so funny, right? So this is the Knight of Coins, and earlier I read it as the Page, but it's the Knight, and it talks about slow and steady. But in the reverse, it could say things start moving, and likewise with the Knight of Wands here. This Knight of Wands is not fast-moving energy, but it is definitely energy moving forward. So I think you need to prepare yourself for something's going to shift. That's what it looks like to me, that something's about to shift. Oh, and then with the advice, you get the Chariot. Wow, you taking, you need to learn to trust yourself, that you can guide the next step of this journey forward, that you have the resources to move forward in a balanced way. Really, you do. You have the ability to harness maybe two skills, two aspects of yourself, to something, or maybe if it's a relationship that you are wanting to heal, the two partners. But it's, to me, it's saying you have what it takes to take the lead in this, and you need to trust that. And with the devil here, no, the devil always, it's in the upright. And I think it's saying a similar thing, that there's two people and there's another, and that one's manipulating these. So I think, let me just, I think it's saying that you need a strong dose of believing in yourself, in taking back your power. I know that sounds like a cliche, but it is a thing. It is a thing where we give over. You've given over, and now you are at a crossroads, and you are needing to take back your power and take back. I think you've been emotionally depleted by this. So you need to take back something to do with your emotional boundaries in this relationship, or boundaries of any sort. Standing up for yourself, looking after your heart, putting your needs on the table, working on this self-love, this emotional strength, that's the power, emotional strength, which makes you see that you are you're worthy, and therefore you have a right to put forward your needs, and believe that they are within reach. Okay, group 2, I hope this has helped you. It seems to, I hope this has helped you, and I send you lots of love. Bye. Welcome back, group 3. You chose the Avos, and your card says basket, recognition, a reward for merit. That's so beautiful. And immediately I see like a clean diet, someone, it could even be something like working on yourself, doing a cleanse and seeing the rewards of it, better thinking, body working better, that kind of thing. But it could also be something big, which that is big. Minimizing the self-work, which is so important. But anyway, the Chariot in reverse. So this Chariot has come up for everyone so far. It's very interesting. So in the near past, you get the 3 of Swords. I think you've been doing a lot of healing on something that has hurt you. You're still doing that, but this is such a card of such deep healing, but also of wishes coming true. So that's beautiful. That's in your advice. You get the King of Coins at the center, which talks about you feeling quite self-satisfied. So maybe an offer has come in and it's made you feel like you've worked hard for it, and it's your just desserts, And with the 10 of Wands, I think you've worked hard on something, and offers come in, and now you can take some time out, group 3. Take a break. You don't have to carry all these burdens on your own, this hard work that you've been doing. What you need to think about is the 8 of Wands, and it's in the reverse. It's like, what are you not communicating, and where do you need to communicate? What is not said that needs to be said? Death in the unconscious. So some huge change coming for you, group 3. So nice. But you might have some resistance, because this is your card and it's the Fool in reverse. So you might be a little bit afraid. So just confront those fears. Say, why am I afraid? To me, it doesn't seem like this is a risk. It's like an offer comes in and it's based on work that you've done. So it's well deserved. So just look at your fears in the face and say, okay, you're just a fear. You're just a fear, but own that. With the 9 of Cups around you in the reverse, it could be that you wow, this issue of self-worth, it keeps coming up. And now I didn't, oh gosh, so amazing. Anyway, so you get the Nine of Cups in the reverse. This is self-satisfaction, but it's in the reverse, and that's why I'm thinking it's this sense of worthiness, deserving. That's what is making you hesitate, and you've got to look at that squarely. You get the Sun in the near future. So wow, it's looking so good for you, Group 3, and you've earned it. So I think you need to pat yourself on the back. With the Five of Swords in the outcome, I feel this is letting go of the mind games and by mind games here I'm thinking where you talk yourself out of something, but I think that you're going through a huge change in that regard, and you with the Chariot here in reverse, you are the person that can hold you back in a way. Like, you might be afraid of this change, but it's nothing to be afraid of. That's what I'm getting. Let me see with the clarifiers, it'll throw some light. Beneath the deck you have the Page of Wands. Definitely what I'm seeing for you, Group 3, is an offer's come in, but you might be afraid of taking it up. And so your work over the next couple of weeks is to unpack why, so that you can move forward, take your offer up with confidence and knowing that this is a well-deserved reward, So in the, wow. Oh, okay, sorry. You with Three of Swords in reverse, you get the Knight of Wands. So you are healing from a situation that might have been a bit unclear. So if it's work, it's maybe you were working in a place where there was no job security, for example, or a relationship that kept coming back and forward, something like that. You've been healing from that. You get the King, with the King of Coins, you get the Four of Coins. Like, you've worked hard for something, and it's like you're feeling like you need to hold on now. So what I would say, Group 3, it's like you've earned that. Put some away, but you don't have to hold on anymore. I think what you need to say is don't get stuck in lack mentality is what I'm feeling. It's like you can keep this, you can spend some, you can save, but now is the time to jump out the window and create more abundance, more happiness, more joy. It's not the pinnacle. You have done this hard work, and it's almost like you don't need to hoard. And hoard can mean so many things. Hoarding our feelings, hoarding how we relate to others, hoarding by hiding our own light, That's what I'm getting. And then with the Ten of Wands, you get the Four of Swords. And here again, I'm getting this feeling of, it doesn't have to be frenetic. You can put down the wands. I think you are needing to take time to say, okay, pat myself on the back. With the Eight of Wands, you get the High Priestess, which is so I was saying earlier, there was things that need to be spoken about, things that need to be revealed, what's not said. And the High Priestess is the master of things unsaid, of hidden messages, maybe even. Let me think about this. I think what you are being guided to do is to keep seeing the messages around you. Be aware of the repeated messages and see what they say to you, I think that you've been walking around unaware of them, because I think there's guidance in that. If you see something repeatedly, think about what that means for you and what the guidance could be. With death, you get the 6 of coins, and I feel like you are letting go of this, where you are giving too much, group 3. And it's time for you to receive. And I think that the first thing that you're receiving is this reward. Whatever that is, this offer that comes in is like, it's a pat on the back for you. With the Fool, you get the 7 of Cups in reverse. I think that this is saying that you have, like the Fool, there are but fears, but I think this is saying to you, you're on the right path and you are guided on this path. You've made a choice. And you've been chosen on this path. You've been guided towards this path. It's not like random, you know. So trust that, group 3. With the 9 of Cups, you get the 9 of Cups upright. So yeah, I was saying this feeling of there's you deciding now that I'm going to see my worth. I'm going to say, okay, this came in for me because I earned it. So beautiful. You know, it's celebrating you. And then here with the Sun card, you get the Empress in reverse. So I would say, so you have all this joy and this innocence and just celebrating life. And here with the Empress in reverse, let me think about that. You know what I think this is? Because here she's showing so fully pregnant. I think that you have given birth now. It's now, so you've been working on something. It's showing itself. You are being rewarded for it. Now it's time for you to close that chapter, not close it, like kind of celebrate it and say, okay, now it's my time for the next steps, the next part of this amazing journey that I've been on. With the 5 of Swords, you get the 8 of Swords in the reverse. So definitely some lovely stuff here is letting go of these mind games, letting go of feeling trapped. Something's coming along to help you really, what I was getting is sore. So once those mind traps are fallen, once you've got overcome these fears, and once you've celebrated what you've done and said, hey, this has come to me because I'm deserving, you find yourself, gosh, imagine binds being loosened, what that does for us, right? So you can just imagine what that is. Well, so pat yourself on the back, group 3. So your advice with the Star and the Queen of Wands. Wow, I really feel you need to, one, I think if you just, your healing, it's happening anyway, right? You are, this is what I think. One, I think now start your dreams, your wishes, start putting your wishes out there for the next steps. What's the best possible outcome? And start visioning that. Do the dreaming of that. And with the Queen of Wands, I think that you're needing to acknowledge this in some way. Acknowledge whatever you've achieved in some way, whether it's buying yourself something that honors this, writing a note to yourself, whatever it is, but you need to honor this experience, this thing that you've accomplished. And okay, I'm just going to say this, for some of you, what just came to me could be overcoming an addiction even. For some of you, this is something else completely, but overcoming an addiction is its own reward. It's so powerful, so freaking powerful, actually. So I'm going to leave it there, Group 3. I hope this has helped you. It's such an awesome reading, so well done to you. Send you lots of love. Bye. Welcome back, Group 4. You chose this lovely caramel bar. Those of you who like the sweet things in life. And yours is handshake. A meeting with a stranger could be important. Or maybe you are making a deal around something. Let's see. You get the Hermit beneath the deck, and that is the card of Virgo. It's a card of withdrawal. It's a card of withdrawal. Maybe you are, I see here that you've been working very hard on something, and maybe there's time for rest and retreat. It could even, let's see, it could even be a relationship where there's a need for withdrawal. Let's see. The story unfolds slowly. You get the Ace of Cups in the reverse in the near past. So there might have been a relationship that you had hoped for that didn't work out the way you wanted it to, even another kind of partnership. But here you are. I think you've done a lot of work, but there's still a way to go. And, I feel what it's saying is you, in order to not be depleted, maybe you need to seek help where you need help, right? You don't have to go it alone. Look at the person really working hard. The feeling I'm getting is of thinking about working smart, not hard. With the Five of Swords, wow. Wow, look at this. The one which has overcome the others, maybe used magic on them at the detriment of the relationship, at the friendship, And so this is about, wow, so interesting. Like, where do you need to caution yourself about? Wow, it could be you. There's a caution here. We'll see when we get there's a caution here. It could be you playing games. These could even be mind games that you play on yourself, telling yourself you have to win at all costs, or there's a winner take all attitude here. It could be yours or it could be others. Now, if I think about this, working on your own, you have your companion there, but not sharing the load can be because of that, because you want to win at all costs. But it could also be that you are so afraid of this energy. It might be energy around you that you've experienced, but let's see where felt like you've been stabbed in the back. Let's put it that way. You have the Nine of Coins. What you need to think about. There's this card of independence again. Independence doesn't feel like independence if you are overworking and not. Just as an example, you don't have to do everything yourself. You can lead on a project, or whatever it might be, but it doesn't mean you have to do everything. Part of being a good leader is in knowing when to delegate, knowing when someone is better than you at something, at a skill that they were designed for, they've studied for, or they've worked for, whatever the case might be. It could even be something like that. There's you in the unconscious walking away from stuff. Now I'm saying stuff. It's stuff that depletes you emotionally. Think about that. What do you need to walk away from? And it could be this attitude. Or for some of you, it's your own attitude of winner take all. For others, it's your feeling of not trusting others. And for others, it is that you need to watch for this untrustworthy energy. And maybe it's a combination of all. And here you get the Nine of Cups. Did I see the Nine of Coins and Nine of Cups? Also in the reverse, in your energies, something representing you, like you are not satisfied about something. And what is that group for? We'll see. But around you, there's this beautiful energy, this beautiful King of Cups. Oh, no, it's not. It's the Emperor. So there is a strong, maybe a father figure around you, or it could be your energy taking on the energy of the Emperor, this leadership role. Maybe you've been offered a leadership role, and maybe that's why you have to think about these things here. What do you let go of? What baggage do you let go of? How do you work with others? That's a strong theme. For others, there could be love coming in, a partner, or someone coming in offering you a partnership that's very trustworthy and loyal with the dog there. But let's see when we get the next set of cards. You get the Six of Wands. Wow, victory coming. You're going to suggest that you're going to feel very satisfied with something. And here's you taking a leap of faith. Maybe this offer comes in and it's a victory for you. It's something you never imagined, or it's what you've hoped for, asked for, and it's finally come in. And then you're able to take this leap of faith. And I think you are being told that look out for this when you get the nudgings to jump, that you don't be afraid and don't say, oh, really, me? Who, me? Or, yes, you. Or say, oh, is it time? Yes, it's time. I'll come back to the advice. You get the Devil in reverse. So this is about power. Maybe you're dealing with something to do with power. For some of you, there might be a relationship that has been binding. It could be even this negative thinking. Wow, that's what I'm seeing here now. These Five of Swords are your own negative thinking that you might be tempted to stay stuck in. We'll come back to that. Here's you. I feel what this is saying is you've been working on creating something, and maybe you haven't been looking after your heart enough. You've been work, but not doing enough like heart-centered stuff. So think about that. But I think that you've created something really beautiful. You've made manifest something that you've worked hard for. But it maybe has left you feeling emotionally depleted. And look at you still working hard. And that's fine, but it's about working, like I said, working smart, not hard, like sharing the load when you need to. It comes with the Seven of Cups. I think you have made a choice about something, or you are working on something that is very close to your heart, that you feel guided to, like you feel you've been called to. And maybe that's why you've been working so hard on it, and why you're kind of protective of it, I suppose. But there are these dark thoughts. There are, what I'm seeing group 4 is that for some of you there is a reason to be aware of this energy. This really, it's what I said earlier. It can be you turning the thoughts inward, or staying stuck in negative thinking, but it can also be you going through a difficult time because people haven't been trustworthy, or because you don't trust. Think about that. It's the question I asked earlier. There's 3 aspects to it. I can't remember now, but I asked when I was like, is it you creating it? Is it Is it you playing the games? Is it others playing the games? Is it you projecting on others? Like, look at it, because I think it's quite significant. And you get the Hermit here. It's about going within, and I think that you're going within is looking at that topic, looking at it, interrogating it. The Devil here in reverse, there's something about addictions maybe and power games. So it's quite a theme for you. We'll see. Let's say. You get, with the Eight of Cups, you get the Eight of Torches. So that's about communication. I'm seeing letting go of emotional baggage. Those things. What are those things that have held you back emotionally? And giving yourself over to something that you're passionate about. And this is beneath the surface. It's almost like that's what's coming up. Eight of Wands is about something happening quickly. So letting that go and moving towards things that are more emotionally satisfying for you. But in order to know them, in order to go towards those, you need to know the things that haven't worked. And that's why this interrogation is happening. And I think once you've done that, then there's swift movement, some communication maybe even that comes to you. Maybe from this Emperor. For you, with the Nine of Cups, you get the Four of Swords. So a lot of frenetic energy. I think group 1 got this as well, or someone else got it. But like being stuck in your head and not being able to sit still. That's what I'm getting here. It could be for some, let's see. But around you's like a crossroads. So this offer comes in maybe, and then you are at this crossroads. Now, which way do I go? And I think the caution here is not to be so torn that you don't move at all, And that's why you get the thing there as well, the Fool. It's almost like both roads lead to Rome. Even if you go to right or left, just move forward. With the Six of Wands, you get the Three of Torches. This is so beautiful because I think that you will move forward, and you'll move forward, and there's some beautiful thing coming in. I think this communication, it's like your ships coming in. There's a victory here to be had, something to be celebrated. It looks like. And then you get the Fool with the Hermit. So this is an expansion energy. Maybe you've been in the next week, you'll be withdrawing and doing all this work, and then you'll find that by the end of the next 2 weeks, you are ready to expand. You're ready to take that leap of faith, that next step forward. And your advice, do that healing work. There's something I think that has hurt you deeply here that's related to this Five of Swords here. Maybe something you've worked hard on has always felt like a slob. And it's also felt painful. Maybe you felt very alone in that journey. So confront that, dear hearts. And whatever comes up, embrace that. But I think with the Eight of Coins, what's most important is that you acknowledge your journey. You acknowledge how far you've come. The Eight of Coins can also be this reward. So your rewards are, they don't have to be others, reflected by others. It's more important that you acknowledge your own soul growth or your own journey and your achievements first. Okay, group 4, I'm going to leave it there. I hope this has helped you. I send you lots of love, and I'll chat with you again soon. Bye.